Hi, and welcome to NEMC Channel 6 Focus Program. I'll be your host today. I'm Joe Adair, and this segment we're going to be talking about an upcoming event, the Memphis Festival Days, that will be July 31st through August 3rd. And joining me today is the committee representative, Laura Snyder. Laura, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
This is a lot of information, and today we're going to be using kind of a cheat sheet that you can pick up at any one of the stores or merchants, businesses there in Memphis, so you'll have some of the same information we've got, but we're going to get it out to you anyway. How long have you been doing this?
I've been involved with Memphis Festival as a member of the American Legion, kind of like a liaison between the two, for about 4 years now.
And American Legion is one of the nonprofits that support and benefit from the
Yes, ma'am. We have quite a few nonprofit organizations in town that participate throughout the festival with different activities that they have, and then supporting actual festival activities too.
And this is a fundraiser for those nonprofits?
Yes, it's all a fundraiser.
Okay, and everybody that works the festival, they're volunteers?
Yes, we volunteer our time. We really don't ask for anything in return. It's something that's really fun to do.
Yeah, and with this many activities, I imagine you have a lot of volunteers.
The actual festival committee, there's about 8 of us that regularly attend the meetings and do the planning, but the different organizations like the United Methodist Church, they have their own volunteers that help out with the ice cream social.
Right, so each one of the nonprofits kind of recruit their people to work there.
Exactly. So to give a number of how many volunteers there is, I couldn't even guess. Too hard to guess.
Well, that's good that you've got that many people that are interested in doing it. You've got a lot of things going on in here. One of the things, another place that they can get information from is you have a Facebook page now.
Yes, Memphis Festival Days has its own Facebook page. We've also recently been on there and made links to other Facebook pages for different events, like the the Free Methodist Church has their own Facebook page, and they're advertising their mom-to-mom sale. So we shared it on the Memphis Festival Days.
That's good timing. It's just before school.
Yes.
Good timing to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that, and all of this is free.
Yes.
There's no charge for any of the events. There's no entry fees. There's no anything other than, I think you mentioned earlier, the parking.
Yeah, any of the events that you go to, and there is parking fee at the Lions Field or the Youth Center over on Pratt Road. During the Mushball Tournament, we'll be there on Saturday. Then the Blues Festival, the Blues Jam will be there Saturday. And then there's the fireworks at the festival. That's our big capper for Saturday night. So there is parking, a $5 fee for that. But
okay, and the money proceeds from the parking go to?
That's split between the Blues Festival, that committee, and the Memphis Area Chamber of Commerce. So it comes back to the festival.
Right, so it's still staying right in the community.
Yes, everything's local.
Okay, well, we just touched on fireworks, so what time does your fireworks start?
10 o'clock on Saturday night. And a very good place to view it from is right there at the Lions Field on Pratt Road, but I actually live over by the high school, and I just pull a couple lawn chairs out in my driveway and watch them. I can look over the high school building, and you can see them from all over Memphis.
Right, and that's all your activities are all over Memphis. They're not just in one spot or one lot or in one place.
Yes. We have Mr. Z's has a horseshoe tournament on Sunday. We have the events going on at the Legion. Downtown has some events. There's events going over at Lions Field. There's a historical tour, which actually goes all over Memphis. But if you're at one event, one venue, and you want to get to another, there is a free shuttle. It's provided by the SMART program and can take you to the different places. I know last year they were set to cut off at a certain time in the evening, but because there was activity still going on, the guy volunteered his time and stayed, and it was like midnight when he finally got done.
Oh my gosh, he did. He volunteered for
a
long haul.
He really did.
And there's no limit to how many times you can ride it.
Oh, no, that's all free.
Good.
Yep.
You're going to have a parade on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What time's your parade start?
The parade will start at 6:30 at the Holy Family Church, and then it will go all the way, we'll go north on M19 to Boardman and head down towards the elementary and high school and end at that place. One of the big things we have this year, it's the Holy Family Church is sponsoring a decorated tractor contest.
And it can be decorated how? Anything?
However you want.
Lights?
It can be lights,
Flowers?
it can be flowers, it can be farm equipment, it doesn't matter. And
Drapes from the living room?
there
Doesn't
you
matter,
go.
huh?
And it doesn't matter if it's a little riding tractor that a kid rides on or a full-fledged tractor that you would use in your field. The church is sponsoring it. There's a $100 first prize for the decorations. The second prize is $50 and third place is $25. This is something new. So it's just trying to draw more people in. And we usually have a lot of tractors in the parade. But this is
guys have tractors.
Yeah,
it's not about the money. They don't even care how much they won. They just their tractor won.
It's a small town farm thing. Yes.
Yep. You have something else that's new in there this year. You have an appraiser coming in.
Yes, Joseph Phillips from Ridgecrest Liquidators and Auctioneers is doing free appraisals at his store on Friday and Saturday from noon to 3. So if you have an item that was passed down in your family and you're curious of what it was worth, he's not doing major, big, huge items, but if it's something you can...
my house?
No, not your house, not your car.
Yeah.
But other antique items like that.
Antiques, unusual items.
Yes.
Curiosity pieces.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. That's something new this year that I've never seen on any of your programs before.
Right.
You've got barbecue cook-offs. You got food. There's food everywhere.
There's food everywhere, yes. If you're on a diet, forget it that weekend.
Right.
It starts Friday night. The American Legion has their chicken dinner. Also, going into Saturday, the Holy Family Church has a couple different events going on Saturday at their area. And then on Sunday, the Legion has another breakfast. Then the Holy Family Church has their chicken dinner. Also, the Holy Family Church has their Family Fun Festival. And it actually coincides with the Memphis Festival. So there's a lot of activities going on right there at the church. Big one is on Saturday evening. There is a comedian. It's an adult comedian. So they've actually set up to have babysitting available for the younger kids, and the kids can watch a movie made for their age.
Which is nice. That way you don't have to truck the kids all the way back home to come back.
Exactly. You don't have to find a babysitter. They're just in another area of the church from where you're at, and it's convenient.
Great. Okay, we've got a few more things we want to talk about, but we're going to take a little bit of a break right now, and we'll come back in just a few minutes, so don't go away.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Hi, and welcome back to this segment of NEMC Channel 6 Focus program. Today's program is featuring Memphis Festival Days. And part of that festival is going to be featuring the Queen and her court. And joining me today is Sarah Thomas, Miss Memphis.
Thanks for having me. My name is Sarah Thomas, and I go to the University of Detroit Mercy. I'm going to be majoring in biochemistry and hoping to minor in philosophy and having my certificate in Spanish. And my first runner-up is Catherine Merritt, and my second runner-up is Amber Gross.
Okay, congratulations all three of you. What role are you going to play in the Memphis Festival?
In the Memphis Festival, a large part of what we're doing is the Memphis Duck Days float of the little ducks. It's going to be at 3 o'clock on Sunday, so if you want to come out and join us, that'd be great. It's a fundraiser where you buy a ticket and you have a numbered duck. And at the end of the festival on Sunday, we're going to be taking buckets of these ducks and dumping them into the Bell River. And as they float down, if they're going a little too slow, the firefighters will blow them so they go a little faster. And the first 3 ducks that finish, they receive a monetary prize out of the money collected for the tickets. As well as we're going to go around the community during things such as the talent show and the family fun at the Holy Family Church in Memphis, and hopefully sing the Little Miss pageant as well as the little kids inflatables.
That'll be fun for them to see the big girls in their crowns and stuff. So it makes them want to do it a little more. What was some of the things that made you want to apply for the Miss Memphis Queen?
I wanted to apply to Miss Memphis because something about the queens really is a passion of mine. I look at Miss USA and Miss America pageants, and it's not just about the dress or the crown. It's about the person and the personality behind it. You're being a role model for lots of women and girls around the country, and it's not just your beauty that they see, it's your brains and how you treat the other people around you.
Very admirable. What else have you done since well, actually the pageant was a little different this year because there wasn't one, right?
Correct. There was no pageant, mostly because they wanted to get away from the normal beauty pageant idea, because it's a lot more than that. And a lot of girls might have been turned off from it just being a beauty pageant. So we kind of took the idea of just doing an essay and writing how we represent our community and what our accomplishments are and what are the things we do, and then why we want to be Miss Memphis, and so that we can get more of an all-around package and not just thinking that it's all about beauty, because it's not.
Well, right, and that puts more personality into it.
Yes.
Since you've been crowned, what's some of the other things that you've done?
So far, we've had our crowning ceremony, as well as we did the Algonac parade, and we're also doing a few things in the community. I visited cruise night and boat night, and to just get our name out there and represent our community.
Okay. And when you're at the Memphis Festival, will you be in the gowns and the crown and the whole shot, or just comfortable casual clothes and your crown?
I think
got to have the crown, one way or the other.
Absolutely, the crown and sash. We have matching shirts that we will most likely be sporting, and we're going to be dressing up for the parade on Friday.
Okay. What advice would you give to another young girl that her dream is to be the queen?
The advice I would give to you is that if you want it, you can have it. If you put your mind to it, you might have a couple failures on the way, but if you persevere, that's when you feel your greatest. Because in 2010, I ran and I didn't make it. And in 2011, I got first runner-up. And I love this pageant so much, I couldn't imagine not representing my community one more time. And I tried out to be Miss Memphis, and I got it. And just be yourself, and you will get what you want.
Well, give it your best shot, and
Yes.
keep on going.
Yes.
Oh, Sarah, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your being here joining us. So
Thank you so much for
hopefully
having
we'll
me.
see you there at the festival on July 31st through August 3rd.
Thank you so much.
So what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Hi, and welcome back to our final segment of today's Focus program. I'm Joe Adair. Joining me is Laura Snyder, a committee person for the Memphis Festival Days. Laura, we've gone through a lot of information already. Let's kind of, and we haven't touched on everything, so let's kind of look at some of the highlighted things. And
Well, a big item on Thursday, that's the start of our garage sales. Garage sales all over Memphis. That is one of the few items that's on Thursdays. The majority of the other events start Friday and Saturday.
garage sales dusted on.
Dusted on. People will have signs in front of their
Dawned us,
house.
actually.
Yeah, there we go.
Go the other way.
People have signs in front of their houses saying, you know, what time they're going to close and stuff like that. The other big item for Thursday is the Little Miss Memphis. They'll have the crowning of the little girl, Little Miss Memphis. There's two of them, actually. There's a baby, ages 1 to 4, and then the Little Miss Memphis, who will actually be on the float with Miss Memphis. That's ages 5 to 10. And that crowning will be at Jessica Jordan's salon on Thursday afternoon about 4 o'clock.
Okay, and in 18 years now, we'll interview her here.
That's
as
it.
Miss Memphis.
There you go. So get her
What
started.
else have we got?
Thursday evening is a big change from last year in that the Duck Dash, the 5K run, was usually on Sunday. Scheduling conflict ended up that the 5K run, which is sponsored by the Memphis Elementary School and the Chamber, is going to be on Thursday evening. It's going to start at the park uptown by the library. And so all that coordination and registering can be done through the Memphis Elementary School. Mrs. Nancy Thompson is the primary point of contact on that.
Okay, and then the duck race is going to be on
Sunday.
Sunday.
The duck race itself, where you buy raffle tickets. The raffle tickets are being sold all over town. Donut Girls, the CSB Bank, the American Legion, Nina's Arctic Queen, Jessica Jordan's. You buy a raffle ticket, and that will actually have a ticket number, and that is the number that you get for your duck. And like Miss Memphis said earlier, they're going to dump the ducks off of the Bell River 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. They'll dump the ducks and watch them float down the river. And if your numbered duck happens to cross the finish line, first place is $300.
So they're not dumping real ducks.
No, these are rubber duckies.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's one of the ending things for Sunday.
That's been a big thing in Memphis for a long time.
Yes, was actually talking with some people today, and the rubber duck race has been around since the late 1980s.
Wow.
So it's really a tradition. It's neat for a small town.
Okay. You've got a lot of bands going on. You've got some, what did I see, a tournament or softball?
Yes, the softball is the Mush tournament, Mush Ball League. They start on Friday. They're playing all weekend. Fields, games are being played at a couple fields there at the Lions Field, Youth Center on Pratt Road. There's a field out behind the American Legion building over on Boardman Road. So you've got games going on there. And sometimes they'll have games over at the high school on the high school fields. So, and like I said before, the shuttle can take you to the different places. Going back to Bell River is Friday night, Rockin' on the River. There's a couple different bands, different music themes that will be there at the river from 4 to 10. That's all free. We have another band, karaoke at Boomers on Friday night also. So
and the high school band will be?
The high school marching band is actually in the parade, which the parade is a really big draw on Friday.
Parades always are.
Yes, they're fun.
Everybody loves the parade.
They are fun, yes. And that will start at 6:30 at Holy Family Church and then end up over at the high school.
Okay. Book sales. You've got...
Yes. The Memphis Library, in association with Friends of the Library Women's Life Chapter 855, is having a book sale at the library. It will start on Thursday also, run Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Where do the proceeds to that go? Stays with the library?
It goes back to the library and to the Women's Life Chapter, excuse me.
Okay. Scavenger hunt.
Oh, the scavenger hunt. That is being put on, excuse me, sorry. Where is it? Help me. Scavenger hunt is also another item that the library is doing. That starts on Saturday from 10 to 4. You'll have to go to different places around town and get, you'll have a specific list of things to go look for around town. And you have to actually go to those places and they'll check off on your list, or you'll actually receive an item that you have to take back to the library to show that you've been there. Also, the Saturday afternoon, it was a historic tour by the Historic Society that's going to be done around town. You'll actually be traveling by, and the person will be telling you about the different locations, the different houses, and stuff like that.
Okay, and another thing that you've got that's a fundraiser, you're selling T-shirts.
Yes, this is
you
actually.
Just happen to have one.
Yes, this T-shirt is actually a joint fundraiser. Is for Miss Memphis and the Chamber of Commerce, so it benefits the whole weekend. But as you notice, we got the Witches Ball, Boardman, the thing. These are things that are unique to Memphis. And for anyone who's lived there, this is Memphis, you know,
Right.
when you think of going
Yellow
back
jackets,
home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you think of going home, that's what this is about. And all these t-shirts are $20. You can order them at Jessica Jordan's salon. You can order your size. If you want a different color, it's not just the black. So any ordering of the t-shirts, get a hold of Jessica Jordan's and, you know, dress your whole family.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see a whole lot of those bouncing around.
It would be.
All
It would
weekend
really
long.
be. Yes.
Okay, well, we've got so much information. Is there anything else that you want to touch on maybe that's listed here? If someone has a question, say they want to get into the parade or they've just got a general question, is there a contact number, email, something you can
Yes.
reach?
Rhonda and Rodonna from Donut Girls. Those are the primary points of contact for the festival, for the parade, for many of the activities. Or like United Methodist Church is doing their thing. So that's who you would talk to. But overall, if you want to know where to be directed, Rhonda and Rodonna. Rhonda's number is area code 810-531-7376. And Rodonna is 586-295-3157. So
Okay.
those are primary points of
Be
contact.
sure to get around to the businesses there in Memphis and pick up your pamphlet. That'll give you a lot of great information. Stay tuned to Channel 6. Watch our bulletin board. We'll have information on there as well. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming, Laura.
Thanks for having me.
Don't forget, it's July 31st through August 3rd, Memphis, Michigan. Thanks for joining us again. And we'll see you next time on Focus. For Channel 6, I'm Joe Adair.